One in there, that's a kind of exciting demonstration of what you can do, and I think, Trip, you're going to take on either Dr. J or Larry Bird here. Is ever. Tell us about one-on-one.
Well, the basic idea of one-on-one was to get these two guys, Julie serving Larry Bird, who are probably the two best-known basketball players and probably the two best forwards that have ever played the game, and to capture their personalities in the game. And so we decided to hire them to help us design the game, and we had photo sessions where we took pictures of them in action. In fact, we had a camera mounted at mid-court just exactly from this angle while we photographed them. And then we worked with them on prototypes of the product where we would sit down and talk to them about the moves that they would use and some of the strategies and the shooting percentages that they would have in different places on the court. And that was a fascinating learning experience.
But you say programmed in the personality. I mean, these characters play like Larry Bird would.
Very much so. In fact, why don't I go ahead and get started? Right now they're playing against one another in a demonstration game, but if I press the button on my joystick, it'll take me to a menu, and I can quickly make a selection. I want to play against the computer. I'm going to allow the computer to play Larry Bird, and I'm going to play at the varsity level. There are different levels depending on how good a player I am. And now I go ahead and start the game. You know, that's Larry Bird taking an outside shot, and he hit it. Now, Bird is particularly effective at outside shots. But watch Julius now. I'm going to be able to drive around him, I hope. Whoops, he stole the ball from me.
You're Larry Bird now.
No, I'm Dr. J.
You're
and
Dr.
unfortunately,
J,
I let Bird steal the ball.
And the computer's Larry, okay.
He's trying to work his way into the basket. So he's got a quick 4-0 lead over me. Oh, now I have to have the indignation of seeing on an instant replay.
That's great. Where do you think, Trip, the software games are going to next? I mean, what's the next generation of this kind of stuff? I hate to interrupt you, trying to get back on
screen. Well, I had to have a slam dunk there. Sorry.
Yeah, what's happening next? I mean, what's the next tier, the next level of computer
Well,
games?
at a really simplistic level,
maybe you could turn that level down.
It's very easy to extend the realism and the graphics that are in the current products, and I think it's also you're going to increasingly see more creative possibilities for the player, which is I think where a lot of the educational value comes from. Being able to create your own pinball game is one example. We've extended that with Music Construction Set to a product that is about music, and of course there are a lot of people that are really interested in music and interested in having their children learn about music, and it uses a lot of the ideas that Bill pioneered with the pinball construction set. And I think that the area where the greatest challenges will come is in looking for original ideas and new creative ways to break the mold. I mean, a lot of people look at what other people have done and try to do something that's a spin-off from that, but the really creative geniuses in the industry are capable of coming up with something completely new.
Do they just come to you, they say, we've got an idea and here's a program I've written, and then you turn around and sell it?
It happens all different ways. We have one of our better products, it's called Hard Hat Mac, and 2 high school boys came into our office one day and they had 3 sheets of high school notebook paper they'd drawn up in their physics class, and we signed a contract based on that.
Gentlemen, we're out of time. Bill, Trip, thanks so much. Thank you for joining us on this edition of the Computer Chronicles.